Hello and welcome to part 2 of my reading with Jenny. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I would highly recommend by clicking the link down below. I've already covered a lot in terms of what you can expect from a palm reading and what you can learn about yourself, but the insights do not stop there. So keep watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video and let's begin. Today we start off by looking at physical health. Health can be seen in various ways, from the temperature, colour and fleshiness of the hands, as well as the heart health and lifelines. But health-wise, generally looking good, especially because your lifelines are so well defined. There's no sort of, I didn't see any weakening or any areas to be concerned about. I would say maybe just when you do make these switches, not to overload, take your time with it and not try to do too much at once. With a water hand, it's easy to sort of want to accommodate, but it's not always the right thing to do for yourself.
Yes, I created many tsunamis in my life.
Right. The health and business line are considered one and the same, for if we're not healthy, we're not able to bring in income, and without income, it's difficult to live a healthy lifestyle. But your health line is generally pretty good. It's nice and clear and defined, which also shows like a good level of judgment and intuition when it comes to dealing with people, dealing with business, this sort of thing. This one is a little bit choppy, which might suggest that as you get older, maybe just consider about things like acid and what you put into your stomach. But other than that, I don't really see any
I'm
big issues.
sensitive to certain foods already, so I'm already on that. So thank you for confirming.
Yeah, I have the exact. Jenny then asks about career, and we see that she should feel confident with sticking with the more spiritual career pivot she's taken.
So this part of the career that I'm coming into, will it let you know, like, I don't know, like, is it going to flourish? Because as you can see in the past, my security was keeping within, the logical side of what we've been told to do. And now I want to go fully into the opposite.
I don't really see a reason why not. I mean, this line in particular is very strong and goes all the way up the palm, as does this one. And what that generally means is inevitable success with hard work and determination and, making use of the opportunities that come your way. Exploring the most developed mounts on the hands and the longest fingers can highlight our deepest passions and things we should pursue, whether in a professional sense or just for fun.
Okay. I'm a Pisces, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, yes.
With my water hands.
Very deep and spiritual.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because you've got very big lunar mounts here, so and then the long Saturn as well, adds spirituality, but also grounding and religion and philosophy. Underdeveloped mounts or smaller fingers don't always show the lack of a skill, more so the lack of an interest, or sometimes even a drain of that skill if it's being overused. In Jenny's previous career, she was using more of her mercurial skills, a lesser developed finger on her hand, and doing so might have been more taxing as her natural interests and abilities lie elsewhere. One thing that you might not be so interested in is dealing with numbers and science and maybe like managing time or businessy sort of strategies, communication, that kind of thing. It's unlike me.
Which is funny because a lot of my life was like that before, just for the security.
You were going against your grain.
Yeah, 100%.
Cross-checking the headline shows how she's having to change the way she thinks to adjust to this new life. Her headlines start out pretty straight and logical, evidence of her former successful career and events, but in middle age drops down towards Luna, showing a shift to a more spiritual way of thinking.
And then it forks. So the headline shows how we like to think and anything that's going on in the mental world, and yours are very long, someone who likes to think deeply, but also curved into Luna, so someone who's very creative, intuitive, and can think outside the box.
During her current age, we also find a new logical part of her headline, perhaps now needed to bring about success of her new career, but in a different way.
Interestingly, you have a branch here which is mid-40s that's going straight across. So this might be a time where you start to think a bit more rationally to balance yourself out, start to be a bit more materialistic in terms of the here and the now, or what do I need to get to a specific point, or being a little bit more pragmatic. And interestingly, there's a straighter line here as well at the same time, where you might start to feel that you're thinking this, but there's a bit of a disconnect because it's so unlike your regular self.
Okay, interesting.
The heartline in particular shows information about our circulation and heart health. As the heart and emotions are closely linked, here we can also see approaches to companionship, preferences in relationships, and emotional events.
And I enjoy being a star shape in my bed.
Oh yeah. When it comes to your love or your heart lines, we have your internal world, which is much more romantic.
Yeah, I'm a complete romantic.
And sort of more looking for someone really perfect than your exterior, which sort of suggests you're more reasonable with what you expect from another person, I guess.
Reality has to kick in at some point, you know.
Or this could be more your historic side, and you've become a bit more reasonable as you've gotten older. But this line in particular, this line is much more self-sufficient and like I'm good. I don't want anyone to be clinging with me, or but this one's a little bit more romantic. It's like, well, maybe that's nice once in a while.
Yeah, that's exactly me on point. Like, get close but not too close.
Yeah. But both lines have a really nice curve to them, which shows someone who's very warm and affectionate and empathetic.
How often would you recommend having a hand reading?
I would say if you have like a full one every maybe year and a half.
Okay.
It really depends on, what you're doing and the type of person you are, again, whether they will change very much. But I think any less than that, it would be too hard to, unless you're sort of checking in because you've got a decision to make, or, I guess you've forgotten something. But other than that, I don't think there's much need to, because then, like, what's the fun in it? It's I think it's a really good tool to like check in with yourself, because if you're looking at them every day like I might, it just gets a bit blurry. It's like, oh, did I see that then, or did I see that like 2 years ago? Was that there?
Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please consider liking and subscribing for more videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.